Give me a... Hold up, before I play this game, let me shoot a half-court shot for the YouTubers. Don't remember to subscribe. I got a feeling I cannot make this. So I'm gonna just cut to the game because I probably cannot make that right now.
This is it. Kind of hard to believe. These 82 games have gone by in a blur. But that doesn't mean I can't go out and give it everything I have one last time. So here goes nothing.
This is the last game of its rookie season. Oh my goodness. I think I lost like 3 games. Maybe more. I don't know yet. But that's so funny I'm not starting. But I just made this player. He's a 70 overall.
Take a look at the Pacers. They can secure their spot in the postseason with the victory here.
Yeah, and seeing where the Pacers are, they basically lived up to the expectations so far this season, and that's not really good news for their fan base. Because
and I'm a point guard. Let's get it, man.
In for Monroe. John Henson comes in for Jabari Parker. Freaks checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's Carter Williams in for Jared Bayless. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Mahima.
Can somebody tell me how do I get my attribute upgrades in practice? Because every time I finish with my attribute upgrades on my other player, I don't get the attributes.
Hill is out there with Turner. And it's Miles in at the 3, the small forward. Shots good by Turner.
Well, Merry Christmas. I mean, that was a freebie.
I need to know how you get the attributes.
Antetokounmpo passes to Freak. Feeds it to Plumlee. Carter Williams dishes to Freak. No good with the triple. Indiana's gone 2 or 3 from deep so far in this game. Out of bounds. Milwaukee takes the shot.
Wow.
And Rodney Stuckey, a combo guard out of Eastern Washington, played a big role for the Pacers a season ago.
A minute 50 left in the first quarter. Carter Williams kicks to Freak. Here's Henson, and a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
I am so short. I'm only a 5'7" point guard. That is short.
7'5" wingspan at the 2012 NBA Combine. His standing reach is actually 3.5 inches greater than that of Anthony Davis. Wow.
Wow, that's right.
And talking about Henson, obviously the great length helps him as a shot blocker. The young center is also very quick off his feet. He's averaged around 2.5 blocks a game over the past 2 seasons. He's also been contributing some as a rebounder, though really needs to add some weight to kind of take it to that next step.
And he can't make the second free throw either, missing both.
Getting back to Henson, last year was an odd one for him. I mean, he was starting. Then in February, he was benched in favor of Zaza Pachulia. That might be a hint to Henson that he needs to put a little more work into his game to maintain a place in the rotation.
And that one's good. Freak. Indiana leading by 3. In the corner, Miles with it. Good. The assist goes to Hill. Miles has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Antetokounmpo passes to Plumlee.
Good ball move. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
59 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Hill kicks to Stuckey. In the corner, Miles with it. He dishes it to Hill. Stuckey outside. Just 5 on the clock. And it's Miles missing.
We got a narrow edge here in rebounding early on. You wonder how much that'll play going forward.
Yeah, it's a game of inches, and every play counts.
5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Outside Hill. Left side Turner. Good on the 13-footer. Turner's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And I really feel like he just wanted us to see that leaner there. That's a shot he's very comfortable with.
13 feet away. Hill pulls it in. Hill with it. For the 3. Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Pacers lead by 6. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back.
So as you can see, it's finna go into the second quarter, man. 21-15. I think the Bucks got 15. The Pacers got 21. And let's get it, man.
Here, talk to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear. And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exit from the playoffs a season ago. Swap here for Milwaukee. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Mahinmi. Hill comes in for Allen. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Rodney Stuckey. And George Hill's subbed in for Ellis. Freak in at shooting guard. Miles Plumlee out there with John Henson. And then there's Antetokounmpo. And it's Carter Williams in at the point. That's the group for Milwaukee right now. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Magic was not his usual self. He chipped in his share of points, and he was able to dish out a few helpers to teammates as well. A trend sort of developing now. It's been a streak of less than stellar games. These are hard sometimes to break out of, and we'll be watching to see him try to do just that, Kevin.
Good work as always, Doris. Thank you. Well, we haven't seen too many games, guys, like that out of him before.
And you know what? I'm thinking we'll see a different guy here tonight. Hard to imagine he'd have back-to-back bad games.
Yep, forget about back-to-back bad games on an individual basis. What he really wants to avoid are back-to-back losses.
And so here is Indiana, a tough loss coming against New York in their last game played.
And given their performance in that game, which was not necessarily a work of art, I had a hard time believing it wound up being as close as it did.
And, you know, as it came down the stretch, Greg, I was thinking, how is this still a game? I mean, how is this still close? And you got the sense that it was never going to be their night.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
And it's Antetokounmpo penetrating. And a wide-open look for Freak. Milwaukee, no good that time either. Well, for Jordan Hill, something wonderful happened to him last season. The breakthrough he'd been waiting for on his 6th year.
Yeah, Kevin, you know, it had to do, and I think correlated with him getting a chance to start games, and it blew up for him from there. Posted career-high averages across the board.
The kick out to Antetokounmpo. And it's Miles with the rebound.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Antetokounmpo on the double team. In the corner, George with it. Drains it from 17 feet out. George has got 4 points in the quarter.
And getting back to Jordan Hill, everyone had been waiting for this. I mean, greater activity, more aggressiveness, and he puts up career highs in points, rebounds, and assists. High-quality shot, just a little off there with the release.
And, Greg, that has him S-H-H-ing, shaking his head. Tough miss that time.
The Pacers have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2. The Pacers making a change here. Ellis is checked in. And he sinks the second.
Another trip to the stripe for him, and I tell you what, a little bit of a different feel here in the second quarter. A little more banging going on.
Man, and it's really served them well. Seeking out the contact you mentioned and putting pressure on the defense.
And it's Freak missing. Carter Williams against Hill. Here's Ellis with 4 seconds on the clock. That's short off the rim.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And we're through the first half of basketball.
All right, Kevin, here.
Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break. Some changes here for the Bucks. Henson's checked in for Jabari Parker. Freak comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Carter Williams in for Jared Bayless. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Turner's checked in for Mahinmi. Hill comes in for Allen. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for George. Rodney Stuckey's subbed in for Monte Ellis. On the court for Indiana, Hill and Stuckey are the guard set. C.J. Miles is out there with Hill. And it's Turner in at the 5. Now here's Stuckey. Tight defense on him. It's Hill on the wing. Turner with a screen on Carter Williams. Clock at 4. And the bucket counts. He's on his way to the free throw line. Trying to make it a 3-point play.
How about the concentration? He gets hit, but stays with the play and gets the finish.
Innovation and improvisation right there, Greg. Finding a way to get that shot to fall after taking the contact.
And the Bucks making a change here. Plumlee's checked in. The shot by Middleton, wide open. Drains it from beyond the arc. Middleton's got the lead up to 7 now for Milwaukee. The Pacers have gone 6 of 10 from the field in the third quarter. Pass to Miles. Wants to get it to Turner and does. Here's Hill. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
And guys, no doubt George Hill had it rough last season. He missed the first 28 games with that left knee injury. Came back for 5, then missed another 11 games before his season got going. But you know what? He had one of his most productive years from that point on.
And getting back to George Hill, what a second half of the season he had. He tore up several key categories, Clark.
Yeah, he was bogged down by injuries early in the season. Came back to average career highs in points, rebounds, and assists. Partly because he was finally treated and looked to as a go-to guy, and he thrived in that role.
To the paint, here's Turner. Good, the assist goes to Hill. Hill's got assist number 5 here tonight.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
The Bucks working the ball around. Middleton dishes to Freak. Carter Williams against Hill. Off the screen. And another basket for Milwaukee.
A very good half for them from the field. They got their shooting percentage up over 50%.
Yeah, their offense heating up, and anytime you shoot it this well, you're going to give yourself a chance to get the W.
Turner, that's in. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. Milwaukee leading by 3. Carter Williams, the pass to Henson. To the inside. Outside for Carter Williams. Henson sets a screen for Carter Williams. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
And there have been some terrible shot choices here, Kev. That's not a good look at all.
Doubled by Plumlee. Hill kicks to Turner. And the foul on John Henson.
And that 4th foul, guys, might force him to scale back the aggression from a defensive standpoint. He does not need, nor does the team need, number 5.
The Pacers have attempted 11 free throws today and converted 8 of them.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
First one falls for him.
This is as good as it gets.
12 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Freak in at point guard. Plumlee out there with Vaughn. Then it's Mayo. And it's Henson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Bucks. So it's Indiana picking up the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems
lost this
with
game
that tonight.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by.
Remember the song.
Monte, this was
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith without Paul George. He had an outstanding fourth quarter where he really shined. And that'll do it for our coverage of this year's final regular season.
I know money isn't everything to you, Freak, and I find it hard to say this, but I've grown to respect it in you. You're a man of conviction. But it's my responsibility to point out the consequences of that way of thinking. Now, for
it's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. It's time to get away. It's time to get away from you. You brought a lot of money, but me, I'm catching tidy tummy. You make me sleep. I try and try, and I start to be sensible.